44 male, with my wife, 42 female of 14 years. Perfectly happy this AM. Now, saddest day of my life. Need advice. Today started out great. Took the kids, 3 boys, to a local theme park. But by the time we were halfway home, I had trouble breathing and could barely see straight. The world I thought I lived in was gone forever. I have spent the last 4 or 5 months traveling almost non-stop for a new job. The sole purpose of busting my butt for this job was to provide for my family. This job pays well, and the travel was temporary until we could relocate. There were many times where I felt lonely on the road and fantasized about some hotel bar hookup, but I never took even a single step in that direction. There were small signs over the past few months, but I chose not to look under that rock. We have a very happy life. 3 awesome boys that I love more than anything else in the world. Lots of laughter and fun times with the boys and my wife. A decent sex life, I thought. The tiny signs I saw, a glance, a deleted text, a feeling of distance, were just enough to make me ponder, what if? But would I even want to know the truth if something were happening? I was probably just imagining things. Life was good. A few weeks ago, we sold our house and finally moved to the new job location. Before, during, and after the move, my wife has been having unprovoked crying episodes, which she claimed was due to the stress of the move. We almost never argue, much less fight, which might be part of the problem, and I felt terrible that she was sad. We both agreed the move was the right thing to do, but maybe we'd made a mistake. Today, we're in the theme park, and my phone dies, so I asked to borrow hers. Her PIN code has been changed. Okay. Then I notice an outbound text to the realtor that sold our house. The person I just gave a $37,500 commission to, which is odd. The text is casual. What time is the picnic? But there's no chat history to put that into context. Those tiny signals from weeks past are now starting to seem like blinding neon signs. However, this cannot be true. More to prove myself wrong than anything, I pulled up the detailed activity log on our mobile account while we were at lunch. I have never, ever done anything like this in the past. The mere fact I'm looking at our account log is making me nauseous. I am blowing this all out of proportion. I am crazy for even thinking this. Okay, not much here, other than a few calls around the time the house sold. Normal? Then I look at the text activity log, and my heart sinks. I'm at a restaurant with the boys, and I might just have either a panic attack or heart attack right in front of them. I make up an excuse to go for a walk. I stumble aimlessly around the parking lot for 20 minutes. Hundreds of texts, especially at night. She was texting him while we were at dinner with the boys earlier this week. I thought she was texting her sister. Last night, I fell asleep with the boys watching a movie. Lots of texts back and forth. My mind furiously tries to think of an explanation. Maybe the log is wrong? Nothing is sticking. My world is melting minute by minute. When I stumble back from the parking lot, I claim I'm not feeling well, which is absolutely true, and suggest going straight home. I confront her when we get to the house, when we are safely beyond earshot of the boys. At first it's, yeah, we've been just texting back and forth. Then I stretch the truth a bit and claim that I've actually seen all the texts because they are archived on our iCloud account. Then I get the real story. Started as a flirtation, led to oral sex on 2 occasions, then the texting. It's bad though. She just recently, last week, bought a sex toy for us to try out, but it was clearly for her to use with him while texting, so this was something far more than spontaneous. So it's bad. With a person known to both of us, that shook my hand and looked me in the eye when I signed the closing papers, handing him a large commission. Ongoing via text for weeks, and all the while I'm feeling guilty because she is upset, thinking it's due to the move. Here's my question. Can I save this? I was happy yesterday. Very happy. She says the affair is now over, and will never speak to him again. She will do anything to fix the relationship. Says she just wanted the attention, and I admit that I haven't been giving her much. Or is that because she was distant due to the affair? I truly do think she is sorry and wants to fix this. Is this possible? 100% of the posts I've read on here recommend lawyering up. I can't even begin to imagine a life without my wife and kids. I want to fix this. However, I'm also destroyed. I wonder if I can ever get these images out of my mind. If I can ever feel like we're not just pretending things are the way they used to be. Can we fix this? Does it happen? If so, what is the first step? Let's go to the community. Banelings starts us off. One thing I haven't seen people mention, the dude. If I were you, I'd go directly to his firm and his boss and present this information. You trusted him to come into your home, gave him the keys to your house, and this is what he decides to do on company time? Oh, and trust me, the flirtation happened on company time. Yes, the wife is equally, if not more, at fault, but people already mentioned it. The agent, on the other hand, is extremely unprofessional, and this is a huge breach of trust. His firm and his boss deserve to know as much as you did. Cowardice and Sandwiches has the next comment. Reporting him to his broker may get him let go from his brokerage, but most realtors are independent contractors and can readily start up somewhere else. OP ought to report the agent to the state licensing authority. LL Saluna says, it's only over because she's been found out. Does the guy know it's over yet? Similarly, she was sad because she didn't want to leave him and what she had with him. I'm not buying that the toy was for use during texting either. It sounds like there were future plans to see each other. If the marriage has any hope of being repaired, it's time for counseling, both joint marriage and solo, starting this week. Keep in mind neither your marriage or trust will be repaired overnight. You could start tonight by making a list of things she needs to do to make you comfortable. End the relationship with the guy, block him on all social media, and block his phone number after she ends it. Then come up with other things you'll need to have any level of comfort. As it is right now, you won't be okay if she goes to the grocery store by herself because of the lack of trust. So give some thought to things on how you're going to move forward. Therapy will be a huge help with these. Let's get the OP's response before moving on to the next story. Thanks for the feedback and the advice. I feel better just knowing people can relate to my story. I know this is bizarre, but I feel like pretending this whole thing never happened. Therapy would make it official that we do have a problem and force me to face it. It's absolutely the right thing to do, but it's oddly terrifying. I feel like I'm somehow rewarding her with therapy, like she gets the attention she wanted by doing something terrible. I realize that also makes no sense whatsoever. I hope I have the courage to go through with it. Alright, moving on. My 29 female, ex-husband, 33 male, a chronic liar and a cheater, thinks I screwed him over in the divorce. He is running around telling people that I screwed him over, how I'm an evil bee who took everything from him, and how he has to start from the beginning. I've had people at work walk up to me and tell me they were disappointed in me. Backstory. We were together for 7 years and married for 3. We have 2-year-old boys. I discovered he was cheating throughout the last 3 months of my pregnancy with his friend. I caught him in his lies and he lied and lied and lied some more. I literally found sexually explicit texts, hotel bookings for 2 in our city when he said he had to go on a trip for work and he still denied ever cheating. Not sure if it matters, but my pregnancy was somewhat complicated, so I wasn't allowed to do much physical activity. We stopped having sex because of that. He couldn't keep it in his pants for 3 months. I found out about the cheating at the 8-month point, and the stress really did a number on me. The boys were born premature. I made sure my ex wasn't in the delivery room, but his mother was. I love my mother-in-law. She has always been there for me and took my side with this too. She was disgusted by what her son did. She was cheated on by her husband too, so she really took this to heart. With her support, I kicked my ex out of our joint house. He initially refused to move out. She helped me get the best divorce lawyer, and well, let's just say he paid for putting us through this. He's very bitter towards me now because he didn't get to keep the house among other things. I wouldn't care, but he has been spreading rumors that I lied and ruined his relationship with his mother and how I used him to get a comfortable life. How I made up the cheating to get my way. I'm just at my wit's end here. When I confronted him about all of this, he denied spreading rumors. He claimed to still love me and wanting me and how I let my crazy hormones get the best of me, but we should be a family for the boys. I'm finding it really hard not to strangle him. Any tips to handle him going forward? I have full custody of our kids, but he has visitation rights. Our one and only comment from this story comes from Yes, I Left His Ass 2398. Well, first, what you are dealing with is called a smear campaign. It's meant to punish you and also make him the victim and alienate you from others and erode your reputation professionally and personally. It uses others as flying monkeys to do the dirty work. People like you describe, they are very charismatic. They don't have to be super smart either. Some people are naturally good at manipulation and emotional abuse. And make no mistake, this is all emotional abuse. He doesn't love you. This isn't all coming from a place of hurt. He wants to destabilize you and your life to get you under control. It's not likely because he deeply loves his children. It's more likely because he is furious that you had the audacity to leave him and also that he spent years emotionally abusing you and putting in all that effort. He wants to control you again. Don't be confused about this. I highly recommend you go and get this book right now. It's called Why Does He Do That? By Lundy Bancroft. It's a great first book for understanding and gaining clarity on what you are and have been dealing with from him. As for dealing with him for the kids, I highly recommend you use the Gray Rock method. It's on lovefraud.com. It basically is that you give him nothing, no emotion, no information, no contact, no anything other than the absolute minimum. No more. Nothing. No reactions to his bait to get you to engage with nasty tactics. You are a plain, smooth-edged gray rock. I would also go out and get one of these old composition books with the black and white speckled covers that have pages sewn in. Use it as a log. Log into it with date and time and facts about what encounters have, what he says. Do not use emotional words or put your personal feelings in it. I also recommend you take a look at your state laws for parental alienation because he's a good candidate to do that. He's going to want to erode you to your kids and use them as flying monkeys to hurt you forever. In some states, this is against the law. That's why the comp book can be very helpful. Also, keep any texts and emails, and force him to use email and text only to contact you so it's all in writing. If he calls, send it to voicemail. Save all this stuff in your files. So do yourself the favor and start learning about what you are really dealing with here. He doesn't love you. You are a thing, an object that belongs to him. You make him look like a normal, healthy person. He gets that air of respectability, and he misses emotionally abusing you. He's mad he can't make you come back. So be very careful here. Don't give any info to any of those flying monkeys that he sends your way. Identify them and cut them out of your life. Do not explain anything to them about your personal life. Protect yourself. You really need to do that.